beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal, this is Fun Book Reviews, and today we're going to be doing a book haul. Now I didn't get too many books for Christmas this year, which was actually quite nice. However, I do have some books that I did buy myself with my staff Christmas discount. So this is going to be my what I got with my staff discount haul, as well as a few other books that I was gifted from beautiful people in my life. So without further ado, let's jump into that. And then I'm also going to be kind of giving you like a bit of a chit chat life update on like what's kind of like going on in my life slash our life in terms of like my family's life, because I have been a little bit infrequent in my posting. I apologize, but life has been a little hectic. We bought a house, Addie's been sick, we ended up with 2 hospitalizations, more on that later. Yeah, it's been a full-blown craziness of renovations and getting things organized in our home. So what we'll do is we'll do the book haul, and then in the second half of this video, I will kind of run you through what's been going on in our life. There will be some like random photos, videos, compilations of some renovations that have been happening. I may or may not give you like a little bit of a tour of the house and show you kind of what it's looking like. And then that's pretty much it. So this is kind of like an amalgamation video. I do apologize of the craziness of it. I've been wanting to kind of give you this update and I didn't know how else to do it. So you know what, we're doing a haul, we're doing an update, we're doing like a, hey, welcome to my 2024 craziness, because this channel is all about chaos. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Crystal, I'm chaotic, I'm a mum, and this is my life. So without further ado, the first book I want to talk to you about that I hauled, which I am super excited about, actually coincides with like the house update as well, and that is a book called Good Life Growing. I was lucky enough to actually meet the lovely author of this book, Hannah Moloney. She is a garden connoisseur, I would say, and she has written this book called Good Life Growing, which is literally a book that tells you how to grow vegetables in any environment. So whether it be hot, cold, rainy, windy, your backyard, which is huge, an acreage, or even just on your like outdoor, what's it called? Balcony. If you live in an apartment, she has the answer for you on how you can grow veggies so that you can eat them. So our plan with our backyard is to put in a couple of big veggie gardens. We've got a compost going. It's been so good with a young toddler and lots of food waste. It's been so good to see it not go to waste. So this book is going to be my Bible for the next 6 months while we plan our backyard garden. So I was very excited to get this. And the best thing about it is a signed copy, because I was at the signing, but I decided I wanted to support and purchase it as well. So that was the first book that I got in my like Christmas discount book haul. Now let's move over to the fiction side of things. I of course had to get a copy of the 5th book in the Heartstopper series because I've loved and adored this entire series. It's like having a warm hug every single time I dive into it, and I couldn't walk past getting a copy of the 5th book to complete my collection. So volume 5 of Heartstopper was a given. If you don't know what Heartstopper is, it is a boy meets boy, boy becomes friends with boy, boy falls in love with boy graphic novel that will just make you very, very happy. It does also have a lot of like mental health wrap in there and some like eating disorder. Like there are some things in there that are quite hard hitting, but the romance that they share and the friendship that they have just far outweighs it all, and it's fantastic. There's also lots of representation in terms of LGBTQ, and I just think it's great. So if you are looking for a new graphic novel, this is where you should start. The next ones, I couldn't not get these. And these are the limited edition, special edition versions of Nevermore, Wondersmith and Hollyopox by Jessica Townsend. They have the lovely umbrella sprayed edges, super glittery and beautiful, and just so excited. The 4th book in this series has been like kind of pushed back, unfortunately, due to health reasons, but it will be worth it when we finally get it. But this is a nice little like something to tide me over until it finally gets here. And I am under the impression that there will also be a 4th book in the series released in this edition as well, so I will be able to complete my collection with the whole series. If you've been around here for long enough, you know I am absolutely obsessed with Jack Heath. I think he is fantastic. Well, his new middle grade that has come out is If You Tell Anyone, You're Next. This cover has me so intrigued. I love his mystery writing. He can do no wrong when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I'm really excited to kind of see where his middle grade takes me, because I've read like his young fiction, like his junior fiction. This is more middle grade-esque. I think it's a little bit on the darker side closer to where his adult stuff is, so it will kind of be the perfect balance, I think. So I'm really excited. It says here, Jaden Jones is missing. Everyone thinks he ran away. His best friend Zoe Gale knows they're wrong. Zoe's searches lead to her to The 17, a secret chat group used by anonymous teens to blackmail the powerless. To join, you have to put on a mask and record yourself completing a challenge. The challenges are always illegal, sometimes dangerous, and maybe deadly. Who are the 17? What have they done to Jaden? And what will they do to silence Zoe? A roller coaster of suspense and twists from the author of the Liar series. I am so excited. I just think it's like going to be the perfect mixture of like page turning and exciting. If you're around probably 6 months ago, I went through this phase of like really wanting something like a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure, but like in adult form. And someone had told me about Major Detours. Now this is a choice novel which you can either read from start to finish, if that's like your thing, or you can kind of read it in the Choose Your Own Adventure format that it is intended to be read. And I have heard good things, so I'm excited, because the last adult Choose Your Own Adventure I did, which was like an adult romance Choose Your Own Adventure, was a huge bust. But this one I think is going to be great. It's a Choose Your Own Adventure mystery where you solve puzzles, discover your truth, and unlock the secrets of the tarot. So I am going to dive head first into this one and just have a really good time. So if you can hear rustling, Anthony is raking the leaves outside because we are surrounded by multiple trees. I of course had to pick up copies of Iron Flame and Fourth Wing in paperback because I just had to. I then got a copy of Thieves Gambit. I then got a copy of Thieves Gambit by Cavian Lewis just because it was super cheap and I had heard a few people talk about it, so it was kind of like already semi on my radar, but not so much that I know anything about it. And last but not least, I bought Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. This is the third book in the Jade City series. I am doing a read along of this with Paige from Pages with Paige and Amy from A-Star Reads. We've started Jade City this month. We will see where that leads us. So far I am feeling very intimidated, but this is book 3. I already had book 1 and book 2, so I figured it was only fair that I completed the collection ready for the read along. And then the last book that I would like to haul for you is one that was gifted to me by the lovely Paige, and that is one that I had on my wishlist for a while. It's called The Five. It's the Untold Lives of the Women Killed by Jack the Ripper. It is a non-fiction, which like I'm not a huge fan of, but non-fiction like true crime I think is going to be my jam. So I haven't read anything about like Jack the Ripper or Stalking Jack the Ripper or any of those other series that like I probably will love, but I am excited to see where this one takes me, and I hope it is very interesting. So thank you, Paige, for that one. And that's it. I didn't go too over the top. I felt like I was going to buy more. My order ended up being quite a lot because I also purchased a lot of gifts for other people. And there is still some extra like pre-orders that haven't come out yet that will be coming my way when they're released. But that's pretty much all that I have hauled. So I was pretty tame. I mean, when you get, I think it was like 25% off or something ridiculous for my staff discount, it was easy to like just want to spend. So now let's get to the life update portion of this video. So those who have kind of been on lives, you've probably seen kind of what's been going on. If you've watched some of my vlogs, I've kind of been hinting at this. So Anthony and I, at the beginning of the year, purchased a house. At the middle of the year, purchased a house. We then moved into the home and we had no daycare for Addie. So things were a little tricky, and my parents had to move into the 3-car garage that we have out the back. We pretty much set it up in glamping style. We got them a bed, made a little kitchenette out of what we could. And then, yeah, they pretty much had to live glamping style in our backyard, minding my daughter, because there was absolutely no care on the entire Central Coast for a 1-hour drive radius from where we live until 2024. So they are the most kindest human beings ever, moved in with us, and at the same time helped us do renovations. So my dad helped us completely gut and redo our downstairs laundry. So what we did is we converted it into a laundry / bathroom. It is still not finished. There's a little bit left to do with it because of some complications that came out of the way, but I will show you kind of where we're at the moment as I kind of talk you through it. So we started off by like completely demolishing everything. We took off the tiles, we took off the wall, took out the floor, the ceiling, everything, tore it all down. Then we put new walls in, new ceiling, new floors, and waterproofed everything. And then we got some tilers to put some tiles in. And then my dad like did so much of this. The only thing we outsourced was the electrician and the plumber. And then what we did was we put in a new bench and some cupboards, a sink, bought a new like washing machine, toilet, everything. The shower has half been installed, but we haven't got the shower screen up yet because of some complications with Bunnings telling us it was the wrong size than it actually was. But we have a solution for that, but unfortunately, because of it being like Christmas, New Year's, we won't have that built and ready for us until sometime in February. So at the moment we can't use the downstairs shower, but it is getting there. It is starting to look great. My parents will be coming back in February. We didn't scare them off after living with us for 4 months. They're going to come back, and my dad will be helping us with some more renovations. So we are going to be doing some flooring, replacing the stairs, and also we will be starting the upstairs bathroom. And then we also have Anthony's brother, who is fantastic and amazing, who has designed us a kitchen, and that is getting built like off-site and will be brought in. So it's been a lot of time and energy and effort into a lot of DIY projects, getting the backyard organized. There was an old lady who lived here for like 20 years before we moved in who did not know how to rake or get rid of leaves. So the gardening has been like super intense. We still, 4 months later, have bags and bags of leaves we're trying to dispose of, even though we've already got a skip bin that cost us like a lot of money to get rid of, all this stuff. So it's been crazy. And on top of all of that renovating and craziness, we also had our beautiful daughter Addie running around, being crazy, learning to walk, doing all kinds of crazy things. And then she got sick a couple of times. We ended up in hospital for a case of gastro where she became dehydrated. Then we ended up in the hospital for a case of RSV, where she had like spiked severe fevers and had to be rushed to the hospital in an ambulance because I was in Sydney at the time and my parents didn't have a car seat. It was a whole thing. She is fine now. She is happy as Larry. She got a new bed for Christmas, so she has been like sleeping in her new floor bed, which I will show you when we do like a little bit of a tour. And now the only projects left to really do, other than the ones I've already listed, that we would like to do is to build a free little library. I have a box of books ready to put in and I'm so excited. But that's kind of where we're at. Life has been crazy. We've been working on renovations, but moving forward, my plan is to try and sprint at least once a week. Whether it be on my channel or someone else's channel, I will be sprinting once a week to focus on like myself and get my reading done. I have decided to go to bingo once a week, so I will be doing that as like a social thing, which has been really fun and weirdly relaxing. And that's pretty much like all I really have to tell you. Like, there's no real explanation as to why I haven't been as active, other than the fact that by the time I commute the 2 hours to and from work 3 days a week, I spend my weekends getting ready for the next week. And all these renovations we've been doing, I have just been so exhausted that the ability to get in front of a camera, film for you, and then edit it was only able to really happen if I ignored Addie, and I didn't feel right doing that. She's now back at daycare 5 days a week, which has been really, really good. So now I have time, like I finish work when I work from home, and I have time to film before I go and pick her up. So that is the plan moving forward. And hopefully that will mean that you guys are seeing videos more frequently. So that's pretty much it. I hope that this has answered some of your questions and made you feel confident in staying with my channel or joining my channel. And without further ado, I am gonna go and pick up my daughter. So if you would like to be a part of the conversation, drop in the comments down below which one of these books that I have hauled recently that you would like me to read first and review for you. And if you don't have an answer to that question, you can just put a hammer emoji down below for all the renovations we've been doing. And without further ado, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and happy reading. Bye.